hope everybody's doing good tonight. I didn't really get a chance to tell my mods earlier. I just sent them now text messages that I was going live. So I might not have anyone here to help me, and that's okay. All I want to do is show you the 310 map. I redid the map, and I know some big YouTubers are on right now. And I probably am interrupting other lives, but that's okay. Oh, crap, my dog is in the other room. I can hear her. Hold on. Daisy! Daisy! Daisy, can you come here? Can you guys stop? I hear you in the trash can. I actually hear you. Like, oh my gosh. I just turned my back for 1 second. Here. Jeez Louise. These pets, it's like a romper room as soon as you turn your back on my pets. And my pets are old. I don't know why they act so crazy. I'm not really sure. Okay, so sorry about that, guys. All right, I need to find me. Where am I?
And my pets are old. I don't know why they
Found
act
me.
so crazy.
Hey, Aggie, it's good to see you, sweetheart. Aggie's been working hard on Sebastian's case. Everybody give it up to Aggie. She is really, Aggie's a very spiritual person. She's an Aries, so she rules the first house. She's very self-aware. And I think Aggie has some gifts, and she's been really channeling Sebastian lately, so I really appreciate all of your advice. Aggie, I know I text you and ask you probably the stupidest questions. You're probably like, what is she talking about? But I love you so much, Aggie. I really appreciate you being here. Oh, good. Susie Q's here. Yay! We're going to make Susie Q a mod. Wait, did I just hide you or did I make you a mod? Yeah. Okay, I made you a mod, Susie Q. Yay! Okay. Welcome to our family, to our spiritual family. Yay! Okay. And Susie Q, she's a Scorpio. She rules the 8th house. That's another psychic friend. I think we have a lot of intuitive people here. And I really believe that, we all work together to help find missing people. And I think that's really amazing that the universe has brought all of us together. I really do. Susan and I were, Susie Q, and I were looking at the charts the other day, and wait. No, I don't want to merge that line. Okay, I'm really trying to learn this scribble map thing. Now, if you guys want to learn how to map out the planets, you have to get Kirsty McIntosh's book. I know I plug her book all the time, but honestly, guys, I wouldn't know how to do the math. I wouldn't know how to do any of this if it wasn't for watching Kirsty McIntosh's channel. She did an instruction video on her channel not so long ago. You guys should really check it out. Kirsty is a licensed, these initials here. Do you see those initials? I think that's a QAFAA, okay? That's what you want to look for when you're wanting to learn from a criminal astrologer or an astrologer, and who says that they're a teacher. This is the initials that you want to look for. Okay, she's got 25 years experience, longer now, because I think this book is old. So she's got many years of experience. I know she has more than 25 years experience now, guys. So, when Kirsty McIntosh tells me, now remember, all suspects are innocent until proven guilty. This is just astrology. We're not supposed to take it as fact, right? Aggie says, you have to remember to say, what's the magic word, Aggie? In my own spiritual opinion, and allegedly. Now, I can't say, hey, Modine, I struggle with saying allegedly. I add a bunch of D's to it. Allegedly. Allegedly, okay? In Kirsty McIntosh's book, she says that when the moon shows up in the 7th house, or if Cancer is on the 7th house cusp, to read Cancer in the 7th house cusp, or the moon on the 7th house cusp. So at 6:30 in the morning, we had the moon over here in the 7th house cusp, right? So I'm going to read her book, and that's what her book tells me, to look for the mother. That doesn't mean that the mother is guilty of doing anything. We live in America, and in America, sorry, did I delete it? Oh, did I delete a message, Susie Q? I hope not. Hi, sweetie. So, Aggie, what do I say again? We live in America, and in America, everyone is entitled to be considered innocent until proven guilty in a court of law, even if they're not named as a suspect, or even if they are a suspect. We have free speech in this country. I don't want to sound like I'm attacking the parents. I'm just reading what a qualified astrologer, okay, qualified astrologer wrote in her book, says that if the moon is on the 7th house cusp, to pay attention to mothers. Doesn't mean that the mother did anything. We had Cancer ruling the 7th house cusp, and we had the moon in the 7th house cusp. And that's what Kirsty McIntosh's book says. Mothers, stepmothers, women in the person's life, okay? Auburn hair, that's written in a book, okay? Redness in the face, white pale face, of auburn hair, flow of speech, a larger person at times, all right? I can't help that she mentions stuff about the hands. She mentions stuff about, being like kind of an emotionally unstable person possibly, or having emotional issues. Sometimes they can be a drinker. Sometimes, Cancers can have a mental, I'm a Cancer, so I can talk about my sign like this. We are moody. We can be very emotionally unstable. Like, we can be straight up emotional wrecks, but that's my sign. I can talk that way about my sign. Just like I can talk about having ADD, being dyslexic, being borderline autistic. I have the right to talk about my experiences as a autistic person. I was the kid in the playground that wandered off. I wandered. So I was the kid that had the buddy with them. That was me. I was the kid on the playground that, I would be playing with my friends, and my friends would be like, who's that guy following you around? I'd be like, that's my buddy. I had a buddy because I would wander. But what I'm telling you is, if you have autism, or if you have dyslexia, or if you have Tourette's, or if you have, if you are considered a neurodivergent, I am considered a neurodivergent. It's part of who I am. It really became my superpower. I was really hard on myself through high school. I did get into a bad crowd, and that happens a lot. But I want to tell you guys, there is light at the end of the tunnel, because if you can harness this beautiful gift that we have, is our autism. Our beautiful gift is being dyslexic. It forces us to look at things differently, at a different angle. We learn differently. We're more hands-on. We have to see it. We have to feel it. We have to smell it. We have to touch it. That's how we process things. We are not normal, and it's okay to be not normal. It is what makes us our superpower. So, this story with Sebastian, it really does touch me, because I was that awkward kid. I was that weird kid that wandered off, and like, I got taken back to school in a police car in elementary school because I wandered. I went over to the 7-Eleven. It was like down the highway, across the street. I was little, I would just wander off, and I was a mess. At one point, I remember I was on our school bus, and driving home, I thought I saw a turtle, and I loved reptiles. Like, you guys know, I love snakes and everything. And oops, I just lost myself. Oh, here I am. So I thought I saw a turtle out the bus window. I told the bus driver to stop, pull over, let me get the turtle. And he was like, oh, we have to keep driving. It's in the highway. He dropped me off at my bus stop. I walked like 5 miles. I memorized where that turtle was. And I got to where the turtle was, and it was a green shoulder pad. It was somebody's green shoulder pad. but I couldn't remember how to get home. I got lucky. A teacher saw me on the side of the road, bawling my eyes out, sitting there holding a green shoulder pad, thinking it was a turtle. I was going to save a turtle. You know, these are my stories that I have as a kid. And it's not that I'm like insulting anyone that is autistic or anyone that has ADD or ADHD or dyslexia or Tourette's. I can poke fun at myself because that is my story. It's part of who I am, you know? So just, I hope everyone understands that. Okay. I'm drinking soda. I really shouldn't be drinking soda, but I really needed caffeine. Okay, so here's the map that I have. So I pushed it out because Aggie and I were talking about this, and I was talking to Brooke and Susie Q about this as well, and also I've been talking to Sam as well, all my mods. So I wanted to follow the line that takes me to that rules the house that rules husbands. Now this does not mean that the dad did anything. All I wanted to do is track the 10th house. And the 9th house, because the 9th house rules Jupiter. Jupiter can show up as a husband on your chart, right? And I wanted to rule the house, not the sign, the house, okay? The house that rules Jupiter and the house that rules fathers, which is the 10th house. So it took me here to Mississippi, like through here, like to Jackson. And this is pushing me all the way out. Now this mile marker is 26. So I'm doing 26 feet away. There could be something 26 feet away. There could be a clue 28 feet away. There could be a clue 2.8 miles away. There could be a clue 28 miles away. There could be a clue 280 miles away, okay? That's what the astrology is telling me for a mile marker. I don't remember what this line is. I got to figure it out. See, that's where I mess up. You have to remember to label your lines. So these are the moon lines from the 6:30 a.m. chart and the 3:10 a.m. So on any of these lines right here, we could be looking for a location of where Sebastian Rogers could be, or where the kidnapper or killer could be, okay? Areas that they could have used a road, like, JLR, he was searching that center point road. It goes right here on this line, like over here. So, you know, the astrology is showing areas that they're searching, places like that. It will map that out as well. If the killer took a certain road, it's going to map that out. Or killer or kidnapper, okay? So anything along these lines as well, where these mile markers are pushed out, we have to pay attention to them. Just like, you know, even though Elijah Vu, his chart was based upon a lie, it still was mapping out mile markers for him. You know, where the astrology is saying something, there might be a clue here. There might be a clue at 28 yards. There might be a clue at 28 feet. So I'm really curious about how far away that retention pond was. But I did find it very interesting. This does not mean that the stepfather is guilty of anything, but I just wanted to rule the line, find the line that rules husbands and stepfathers. And it took me exactly where they're camping right now. It took me to exactly where they're camping right now in Horn Lake. I'll show you. And this blew my mind. I had to show Susie Q, and I had to show Brooke and Aggie, because I can't believe it. How does the universe do this? How does it happen? It takes me right through Horn Lake and South Haven, and this is where they were at, right here. This is where they were staying. Here's Memphis, and this is the line that rules husbands. Now, I'm not harassing him or stalking him. All I'm doing is showing you guys, like, hey, the line that rules husbands takes me right through Horn Lake. How about that? Is astrology pretty amazing? So I think astrology is pretty amazing to do that. Am I saying hi to everybody here? Okay, everybody. Okay, good. I hope everybody's okay. I'm looking at the chat. Okay, so let's see. The AC line for the 3:10 a.m. chart. Yeah, I thought that was pretty crazy that it took me through Horn Lake. Like, that's crazy. Because that's where they're at. And this is the house that rules husbands. So I have to say that I think that the universe tracks us when something tragic happens in our life, you know? So, you know, if anyone's curious about that house, or the fact that that rules husbands, this is the line that rules husbands, and it takes us right to where he was staying, right where the campground was. That blows my mind. It has to be that God keeps track of us somehow. I mean, I have to say that it's got to be the divine universe. The heavens are keeping track of us. Now, I don't know if it happens. I was going to track my husband today just to see if it would track him at his job, but I forgot to do it this morning because I was just curious. Like, let's say my husband went missing tomorrow, which God forbid, I hope that he didn't, but let's say my husband went missing tonight. Would I be able to track the line of husband, and would it track me to his work? Like, I'm actually like, what the hell? Like, is this how it works? Or does it have to be something traumatic happens to someone, and then that's when the universe starts to track you? I don't know. I really don't have all the answers. I really wish that I did. So it even like tracked out on the moon line, right where they were searching or they were going to do a search. I don't know if they did the search, or right where JLR was, the Rockland, Rockland Park in Hendersonville. It mapped that out as well. So right here, this is where they were searching on our moon line. And the moon line can be a second co-ruler of Sebastian. So these lines here would be very important to me, all upon these lines here. All right? The fact that the DC line is being ruled by a water sign, I really don't want to rule out water. The fact that Saturn is in Pisces, I've been kind of warning you guys about finding bodies in the water this year. We had the bridge collapse. I kind of warned you guys that we were going to have lots of bodies in the water this year. I did see something about it in the astrology, but I'm not educated enough to really see something in transits and call it out yet. Like, I struggle with transits. I might not ever be able to fully grasp transits. I really struggle with them. But I in my own way, I was trying to warn all of you that we were going to be seeing lots of bodies in the water. And the bridge collapse just broke my heart, because I said that, and yeah, that really upset me. But, sadly, it's true. And I think they just found another body while they were looking for Sebastian in the water, or looking. I'm not, it has nothing to do with Sebastian's case. I mean, I think they said it was an accident, and another little girl drowned in the water today. Yeah, the camping area was unbelievable. That blew our minds. We were like, what in the heck? Like, that was crazy. That was crazy that we mapped out that line to right exactly to their campground. Like, how does astrology do that? That's amazing to me. Let me see. I want to make sure that I got this line, because I must have had to connect it. So, I'm at Virgo degree. So, like I said, Kirsty tells you guys how to do this. The Virgo degree, you look up the Virgo degree, and then you add the line of the planet. You add them together, and then you look at the quadrants. Remember that north is south, south is okay. So when you're mapping out the planets, you have to remember that when you're mapping, when you're tracing the trajectory of the planets, I have to let my dog out. Hold on. You have to remember that the moon moves the fastest, okay? And you have to remember this. This is hard, okay? So when you're mapping out the planets, Sagittarius 240 south, right? You would think that would be north because it's pointing up. It's not. And then what you think would be south is actually north, and what you think would be east is actually, or what you think would be west is actually east, and what you think would be east is actually west. Oh my God. That I struggled with for months, okay? Like, I would look at this and be like, what in the hell is Kirsty talking about? Like, I'd be like, this can't be right. It goes against all laws of physics, right? That south is, or north is south, and, oh, yeah. So it's confusing. But once you see it, and then you start doing your lines, you're going to realize that you're mapping them in reverse. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Let me go let my dog out. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry. I'll be right back. I have her out there. Juniper, I have a strange feeling they may come across Summer's remains during the search for Sebastian. Yeah, Susie, Q, and Aggie, I don't know if Brooke is here, but do you guys think that I should tell everybody about the spirit box session that we did and Summer showed up? I don't know if I should even tell you guys because it was crazy. All I think we should let everybody know that's on tonight is that Summer has something to say about Sebastian. She came in on a spirit box, and I sent it to you, didn't I, Susie Q? The spirit box session? Didn't I send it to you? I thought I told you about it. I know I sent it to Aggie. Summer showed up for Sebastian. She said 4 words. I'm telling you guys, all these other creators that have these long, drawn-out conversations with saying that they're talking to Summer, I call bullshit on it. Anyone who's writing out long captions of Summer's spirit stops by and then they have these long, drawn-out conversations with her, no way. Every time I've had an experience with Summer, she gives me like 2 words, 4 words. She is a child of not many words, okay? She hardly speaks. But the things that she says are so profound. She says something so plain and so simple, but so profound. I can't even believe that I captured it on a spirit box. I'll send it to you, honey. Hey, Brooke. Brooke got to hear it. It is so amazing that a missing child showed up. Put it this way. A missing child that goes missing under the same circumstances, similar to Sebastian, where possibly we might have parental involvement. I don't know if we do or not. Remember, all suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. I don't want to come across like I'm accusing the parents, but it's just interesting that a child that is missing under the same circumstances that the parents might be involved, that the parents seem suspicious. Both Sebastian and Summer go missing on a void moon. They both go missing when the moon is void. That causes major confusion in a case, okay? And major confusion in trying to find them. Another perfect example, like a void moon, was when the submarine launched for the Titanic submarine. That was, I believe that was a void moon as well. That's why it took them so long to find them. Okay, I gotta go get my dog, 1 second. Okay, so Summer Spirit showed up and said something so, I can't even, I actually sat there and cried. She has a lot to say, well, not a lot. She said 4 words. She said 4 important words about Sebastian's family. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. I'm not sure if I should upload it. Leave me a 1 in the chat if you want me to upload it. Because I'm going to have to put some serious clause in it somehow. Like, you know, because she literally says, who it is that hurt Sebastian. My dog is sat down on my leg. My dog is annoying today. She keeps getting in the trash, you know? Okay, so put a 1 in the chat if you want me to upload the spirit box session. You don't think I should? Okay. Parents did it. I didn't feel that until I saw them and heard them out, but it's whatever they didn't say, and looks like they gave each other. Got really good read on them, also malnourished. Okay, so the real Gemini, a 1. Aggie says no, don't do it. Susie Q says 1, do it. Okay, so my ride or dies, are saying no, don't do it. Because I'm telling you, it is Summer's voice. I can't prove that it's Summer's voice because that's just it. I have no way of proving that who we're speaking to on the other end is Summer. They say it's Summer. The woman that's with her says it's Summer. Okay, my spirits are saying it's Summer. She gets super close to the spirit box and she says, I'm going to tell you that did it. That's what she says. And then she starts playing with my dog. She goes and sees my daughter. And then my spirit's trying to get her to sit. They said she's sitting on the floor. And then a woman is talking. She says something about her brothers, which I guess it's Summer's brothers. That she took a break from seeing her brothers to come here. And that, now this is alleged. I have no idea if it's Summer or whatever, whoever the woman is that's with Summer. Says that she took a break from her brothers to come here to tell me this, right? Like to come here specifically to tell me that Sebastian's did it. I'm telling you, she just has like 4 or 5 words and it's shocking. I cannot even believe I captured it. I got it on a spirit box session. I have it saved. I'm really torn if I should upload it or not because it literally comes right out and says the name of who did it. Summer says the name of who did it. She says the name. Okay, like she's very direct. That's what I'm saying. She's not a girl of many words. I've had like 3 or 4 experiences with Summer and I maybe get 2 words. I maybe get 3 words. This was 4 or 5 words, and that's usually all you get. So people who are typing out these long captions of having these conversations with Summer, I doubt that's actually happening because Summer is a child of few words. Her words are slim. Her words are careful. But what she says, it's shocking and profound, okay? And it sounds like a 5-year-old. It sounds like the language that a 5-year-old would use, okay? It sounds like her. I've heard Summer's voice, and it sounds just like her. But I can't prove that it is or isn't. But I'm holding on to it. She does. She speaks so simply, doesn't she, Brooke? Did Summer barely talk in real life, Aggie? She does. And she has a southern accent. Like you can hear her little, I don't have any children here that should have a southern accent. So when people from Tennessee show up and they start talking on my spirit box, I know that it's like, you can totally hear Cotton's southern accent. You can totally hear, you can totally hear a southern person compared to my other spirits that are here on a regular basis. I don't know why I circled that. I don't think I should have circled it. I'm not sure what that is. I think that was by accident. So yeah, I'm going to contemplate whether or not I should upload it or not, guys, but it is a powerful spirit box session. I mean, I cried. A missing child under the same kind of circumstances shows up for another missing child. And says what she says. She tells us who hurt Sebastian. She says it. She says it as clear as day. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, I'm like, do I need to hire a lawyer? Like, I might not be able to post this because, like, she says the name. Like, she says it clear as day. Who's guilty? Like, I don't even know if I should. I don't know. It's scary. This area here, if that's a dam or a bridge, I would be curious about that. Because I think Sebastian has kind of cuspy Aquarius ruling his first house as well. So, I mean, we're looking at all Aquarius things again. Highway, bridges, rivers, dams. Any type of bridges that have water going underneath of them. Railroad bridges that have water going underneath of them. Railroad tracks rule Aquarius because that's movement, right? So I'm not surprised that they're checking railroad tracks and things like that. I'm really focusing on the moon area because that is the second co-ruler of, you know, of a victim. So that's why I'm really focusing on the moon. This is the Rockland Road area that they were at. Here, the Rockland, I don't know if it's a picnic area or park, but look, it's right on our line, guys. This is how amazing astrology is. Goes right on our road. Right there. There's the power plant road. Rockland Road. Ask your spirit team. They will know best. Yeah, I can, but my spirits are like, they blew summer kisses too, guys. They're like, mwah, mwah. You know how like the last time Summer was here, my spirits were like, we love you, mwah, mwah. And they kept blowing her kisses. They were blowing her the biggest kisses in the background. It was so sweet. It's the sweetest spirit box session I've ever had. But at the same time, it was so scary because she got so close to the speaker and said, the blah, blah did it, okay? Like, it's clear as day. And the spirits are like, Summer, Summer. Like, oh my God. I have chills talking about it. So Aquarius also rules dams, you know? Cinder Road. And this moon line goes all the way out to the 28-mile marker. And I did push it all the way out to 280 miles, guys, because of, you know, you guys were telling me to push it because, you know, usually we don't go up into the hundreds of miles here because usually victims are close by. Aggie, do you still feel like he's close by? Sorry, I'm like super close to the microphone. I don't mean to yell. Clear and to the point. She really is. Okay. Well, I might go to jail if I post it because she literally says the name of the person that did it. Like I might go to jail. I don't know. It's crazy. All right, so let's look at the line of Saturn because Susie Q was saying my line of Saturn takes us right to the dump. And that line of, so I have two lines that I feel like could be ruling Sebastian. Well, three lines, actually. The AC line, I would, you know, look at it for Sebastian. So that's this line here. The AC line is here. Maybe I should take that all the way out. Crap, my phone is going to die. I can't keep my cell phone battery charged. It keeps, I had a problem uploading Summer's Spirit Box session. I had to because I don't have any storage left in my phone. I had to literally save it on my channel as a private video. So it's on my channel as a private video. And I've just sent out the links to my mods, you know, so they can hear it. So this line is ruling Sebastian. This line is also ruling Sebastian right here. This line up here. I don't know if you guys can see. Sorry. Okay. So this line here is ruling him. This line here is ruling him. I think I was trying to map out Mars here. No, I think I was trying to map out Venus. I am going to map out Venus. I should map out Venus. The Venus and the moon are important to me on these charts as well. So, all right, so Aquarius, Venus is sitting in Aquarius. So Aquarius is 300 degrees. And the planet that's sitting there is 12. It says 312. That's my number. And then you just have to remember that your west is east and your east is west, okay? That's all you have to remember. What was the number that I just said, guys? I don't know how you all put up with me. Hey, videos. Yes, they must be draining my battery because it was at like 60%. Now I'm at like 1%. The heck? Or 12%. What was the number that I just said? I'm really distracted. I'm really sorry, guys. Okay, I said Aquarius 300. And then, what was Venus again? Crap. I don't know how y'all put up with me. Okay, 12. So we're at 312. 312. 312, yeah. Okay. So, get rid of that thingy, and you get rid of that doohickey. You want to make sure your settings are on. There's this thing down here that you have to make sure your settings are on. You want to be in Imperial, okay? That's another thing to remember. Always make sure you're in Imperial, not metric, because that metric, woo, okay? Don't go metric. You'll really get lost. So do Imperial, because that's what Krusty tells us to do. She actually did an instruction video on how to do this, guys. And I just hit play and rewind on her videos like 1,000 times. And then I finally figured it out. If I can figure it out, you guys can too. Okay? Okay. So, and if you lift up your finger, you're done. It automatically makes the line. So you can't lift up your finger. So 312 is my degree of Aquarius. Well, 312 is my degree. 300 is the degree of Aquarius. And Venus is sitting at 12. So that's where I'm coming up with 312. I hope that makes sense. So this is Venus, which rules a female, possibly a female. So this is in the first house, which also does rule Sebastian in a way, okay? Because the first house does kind of rule the victim. So this line up here, it takes us to the trash dump, which that blows my mind. Oh, my phone keeps telling me I have a low battery. Okay. All right, after I get this line put in, I'm going to probably have to pop off because it's probably going to die. But I really wanted just to show you guys the map so you have it. So we can get it out. I think this area over here takes us to the bowling alley too. Like the places that they went, it's mapping it out. So, I mean, it's going to utilize the roads that were used. It's going to utilize areas that they visited, areas that they went, places that have already been searched in the crime is going to map out. And I think that's absolutely amazing that astrology can do that. I got to give, credit to Kirsty. Now, because she's invented this. Like this, I mean, she didn't invent astrology. Astrology's existed for Vedic astrology has existed for 10,000 years. It's very old. It's as old as the Hindu religion, really. But I mean, I'm not sure who invented. The degrees and the mapping has always existed, but her using this program, I think that's all her. Don't quote me, I could be wrong, but I think it's pretty amazing. And I know this is a huge space that I pushed it out to the farthest, but you know, I think we should push it like you guys told me to. So that's why I did. All right. So I just wanted to show you the map for this is 3:10 a.m. So the first map that we did was 6:30 a.m. This is 3:10 a.m. when the flashlights are seen. So from how Kirsty's book explains it to us is that when something is documented with the universe, whether that be a 911 call or whether that be like, you know, you're seeing on CCT footage, that is when something's documented with the universe, and that's what we want to go with, okay? I hope that makes sense to you guys. Why I'm always, you know, when you guys tell me to look up a cold case, why I'm like, okay, I need the city, I need the state, and I need the time. And I need the address. This is Sebastian's address right here. So this is ground zero. All these lines have to come out from Sebastian's house. So when you ask me to look for a cold case and you just tell me the city and state that they're from, I really need all of the information. I need the address that they were last seen alive at, okay? That's why it's so important. I hope that makes sense to you guys. All right. So this is what I have. And I really cannot even believe that the map took us out to Horn Lake, and that's exactly where the camper was. Like, I'm blown away by that. That freaks me out. And that's the line that rules a husband. And that's where he was camping when he was working. South Haven, Horn Lake, he was right in that area. And that's where the line goes right through it. So that's amazing. Doesn't mean that he did anything. Please don't think that's what I'm saying. I'm just mapping him out. Doesn't mean anything. Don't do that. I don't know why it's doing that. View 3D. I thought I had to pay for it to view 3D, to map. I don't know what's happening. Whoa. What's it gonna do? I think it's gonna map it out 3D for us, but I don't know how to do it. I have no idea what I'm doing. This program is actually really hard. I'm not gonna lie. It's like it's not the easiest program to do. I really hope it doesn't just like cut me off. I really hope it doesn't, because then I'll have to do the whole thing all over again, and that's gonna suck. This program is really hard to use. All right, well, this is the map that I have so far. It's not letting me zoom in anymore because I have to click on something. I have to pay for this. It's not cheap. It's actually really expensive. And it only lets you do like so many free maps, you know, at a time. So the real Gemini no line. Oh yeah, a lot of cats seem to be intrigued by flames because they dance. Plug phone in now to keep charging while orbs are around, but check power when unplugging because it might be dead. Yeah, I did see an orb fly by a minute ago. Is that what it is? They're draining my phone? Where is it? I was at 12% a minute ago. What am I at right now? 7%. Yeah, it's draining it quick. That's crazy. Sebastian's date of birth is December the 7th, 2008. Is it? Okay, I'll look that up. I'll come back on live tomorrow and we'll look at his, do you know the time that he was born, Laura? Did you get the time, sweetheart? Hey, Laura. It's good to see you, honey. Real Gemini. Picture of Summer and Audrey. Sweet angels believe in you because you have your whole heart in your work and you don't do it for selfish reasons because you care. I do care, but I'm rough around the edges and I know I'm a hard pill to swallow. I get that. I'm not a professional astrologer. I'm teaching myself how to do this. I'm not going to say the right words. I'm not going to sound like a professional astrologer because I'm not. I'm not going to have all the proper lingo, and I'm going to make a lot of mistakes, guys. I'm going to fall on my face, okay? And I have a unique way of learning, you know? Every time I look at Capricorn, it looks like Leo. Every time I look at Leo, it looks like Capricorn. Like, I literally get symbols mixed up. I can't help that. But that's, that's how it is. I'm going to make lots of mistakes. I'm going to get tongue twisted. I'm going to get nervous when I'm live because I am nervous when I'm live. You guys don't know that, but I am very nervous when I'm live, trying to explain what the hell I'm doing and not sound like a complete idiot. And use the right words and use the proper terms. But I'm going to make a lot of mistakes, okay? And I'm not going to be perfect. And it's very difficult when you see something on a chart that's extremely obvious. I really don't know how to tiptoe around that. And that's where I'm rough around the edges. And I'm sorry if it comes across as I'm being, mean. I don't mean to sound mean. I don't mean to be accusatory towards anybody, but I can't help it that we use books, okay? And the book that we use is by a professional, all right? She's actually licensed. Kirsty McIntosh has these initials at the end of her name. She is qualified. She has 25 years experience. So when I open her book and she tells me that if the moon is in the 7th house, right? She says if the moon is in the 7th house, well, and if the Cancer's ruling the 7th house, or if the Cancer's in the 4th house, these are the things that we need to look for. I'm reading it out of a book. I can't help it that it says mothers and stepmothers and women in the kid's life. I can't help that. That, it's in a book. And it even says that this mother might have auburn hair. I can't help that. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the mother did anything. It's in a book, okay? And I'm just reading a book from a professional astrologer. I'm sorry if the parents are upset with me. I'm sorry. I don't mean to upset the parents, but this is astrology. They don't need to believe in it. It's up to you guys to believe in it. Obviously, we're spiritual here, and we believe in the symbols that we believe in the signs that the universe is giving us. It can't be a coincidence that I'm looking at the line that rules husbands and it takes me right through Horn Lake. That can't be a coincidence. And that doesn't mean that the stepdad did anything or not. It's just God's watching. God's watching us. That's all. I don't know how else to say it, but that I believe that God, I'm trying to help. And I do think that God communicates with us through the planets somehow. And I think that God is trying to tell us where Sebastian is with these maps. And it's not an exact science, but it's pretty damn close. It's pretty damn close that we're mapping out the trash place where the trash place was. Like, the line goes right to where the trash heap was, where they were looking for him in the trash. How does God know to look, how does God know that line that's ruling a certain planet is going to take me to exactly where the trash heap was? That can't be evil. That can't be evil. That's got to be something from, I can only say it's God. That's all I can say. And I'm sorry, I don't want to upset the parents and have them come after me, but it's just astrology. You don't have to believe in it. Take it or leave it, Take it or leave it. All right, so let's take one more quick look at the map. Here's what I got. All right, guys. And I really want us to pay attention to the moon line and the line that rules Sebastian. So I think those are really important lines. All right, I'm going to head off because it's probably going to die. Okay, Brooke, I'll read your text in a sec. I can't. I'll look at it in a minute. Is Susie Q showing up as a mod? Hey, Rachel, it's good to see you, sweetheart. Oh, good. Yes, Susie Q is showing up as a mod. Yay. Okay. Hey, Laura, I didn't see you. Hey, Julia, it's good to see you. Yeah, but it's kind of hard when you're reading a book to not say, I'm reading out of a book, and this is the definition that the book gives me. I'm not at a point yet, I'm not educated enough yet where I can verbally say, okay, the moon in the seventh house means this. I'm reading it out of a book, and if it just so happens to say in the book to look at the mother, I can't help that the book says that. That's what the book says. And I'm not at a learning, I'm learning. So I'm doing these, I'm learning with you guys, and I'm documenting me learning this, okay? And yeah, it's shocking. I don't want to open the book and say that, a possible redheaded mother could be involved, but that's what the book said. So I'm not using her name. I'm just saying the book says this, okay? And a licensed astrologer says to look at the moon for the mother. That's what she says to do. That's how I'm interpreting the charts. I'm doing it Kirsty McIntosh's way, and I trust her way more than anyone else. I'm sorry, I do. She says to look at the moon as a mother. That's how I'm going to look at it. So, I hope that it's not. I hope that the astrology's wrong. It's just us reading it out of a book. It doesn't mean that it's fact. It doesn't mean that it's real. You guys can take it or leave it. I really hope that the parents are innocent and that we will find Sebastian soon. That's what I'm hoping for. Oh, you don't have the time? Okay, so I'll just use 12 noon, Laura. You believe that astrology is never wrong, too? Don't ever worry about others' reactions. That's them rebelling, fighting everyone's opinions, and can't face truths coming out. Yeah, I know, Julia. I love you guys. I didn't mean to sound rough around the edges, but I am rough around the edges, and I'm breaking these charts down with you. I'm reading it out of a book with you, and I'm learning as we go. Like, as I'm reading this to you, we're learning it together. And that was sad that I read that. I didn't want to read that, but it was there. It's documented in a book. It doesn't mean that it's real. It doesn't mean that it's fact. That's all I'm going to say. But I believe, what Laura says is, I do believe that the planets never lie. It's people who misinterpret the planets. I could easily misinterpret it, and if I had a point of view, or if I had a political axe to grind, I could easily manipulate the charts to work in my favor, or manipulate a definition. The planets have a definition, but people can twist them in a way. I try not to. I really tried to, because I'm trying to learn, and I really need to stick to this planet means this. This planet means that, right? Like, I really can't. I try to stick to the books. And you guys know the books that we use. We use Kirsty McIntosh's, and we use Caroline Lilly. These are the books that we use. And so far, so good. Obviously they're working out, because I literally told you guys that Riley was going to be found near a freaking railroad bridge with water going underneath of it. And I said 7 miles. He was only a mile away. I told you exactly where Audrey was going to be. I kind of got it right with Phoenix. And I didn't want to be right about that. I said that there could be some type of abuse involved, or some type of a burn, and he had a chemical burn. That was the Mars. Mars rules burns. It's just, I don't want. It sucks. I don't want to think of parents like this, but it's there, okay? And I really hope that they're innocent. I really hope that they're not involved. They all people. Gemini. No water in Riley Strand's lungs. Interesting. What does that mean, Aggie? Whoops. Ah, I hit a button. What do you think that means, Aggie, that there's no water found in his lungs? He was thrown in dead, possibly. Or I think he fell off that cliff somehow. I think a cliff is involved. The report's out? Okay. Oh, yeah, you can dry drown. That's right. And there's no water in your lungs when you dry drown. So he panicked. You dry drown when you panic. I've actually researched this because of that whole dry drowning thing with Summer. You guys really should Google it about a dry drowning. It's crazy. The muscles in the back of your throat block water and air from getting in there, and you die because the muscles in the back of your neck shut your throat down, and that's basically how you dry drown. Even though you're in water, sometimes they actually dry drown on land. Like they drag them out of water, and they're like walking around because they're still alive, and then they pass out like a few feet away from the water, and they die on land, but they technically died in the water because you swallow a little water and you panic, and then all those muscles in the back of your throat shut down, and you die. Talk about panic. That's scary. But you guys really should Google dry drowning. It's possible. It's possible that he was in the water and it happened to him. Possibly. Yeah. I definitely think a cliff is involved in his demise somehow. I don't know if he was pushed off the cliff. I don't know if he fell off the cliff personally. That Mars there in his chart makes me think that he might have had a bladder issue, like he might, or maybe he was getting sick or something. I don't know. And that's why why did he get over the medium? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why did he cross that fence, that thing that you have to step over to get into that area, to get into the river? So that's why I'm thinking, and Mars, it just makes perfect sense to me because, at one point in the chart, he's being ruled by Mars. Maybe he was having bladder issues or he got sick, threw up, and ran in the woods to go puke. I don't know. I'm not sure. You have it on your Facebook page? Okay. Wow. Okay. It's okay. You're from London, right? Because you're saying trousers. And you say, do you say trainers for shoes? I love when British people talk. I love it. Okay, guys, I'm going to head out. Yeah, they found him, honey. No, they found Riley. We're talking about Riley Strand. Oh, you're from Northern Ireland. God bless you. I have family in Ireland. I have a lot of family in Ireland, in Dublin and Cork. No wonder I liked you so much. I knew I liked you. Good night, everyone. Love you, Gemini. Good night, Laura. Oh, you're in Ballyman. Okay. Good night, Susie. Good night, Brooke. Good night, Aggie. I love you all. Thanks for being here, guys. Thanks for being patient with me while I learn this stuff. I know I'm a little rough around the edges, but I'm on a learning curve. All right, everyone. Good night.